Hey Emma, so I know I taught you how to do your makeup the other day, but I just wanted to go over it again in case you forgot anything. So first, I'm just going to be taking some lip volumizer on some cleanly exfoliated lips. You can just do that by rubbing sugar on your lips. And you can use chapstick for this if you want. I put on some moisturizer about 20 minutes ago. So first we're going to start with the eyes. I like to use an eyeshadow primer, and you can get one by e.l.f. It should cost you $1 or $3 at Walmart. And if you can't find one and really want one, let me know and I'll send you one. But my favorite is by NYX. What this does is it is a nude skin toned color, and it helps even out any color, any discoloration in your eye, plus provides a base between the powder shadows excuse me, and your skin or sweat. So I really enjoy using an eyeshadow primer, but it is not a necessity. I just have oily eyelids. So now I'm just going to take the COVERGIRL Shimmering Sands palette that we got and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go into the middle shade, pick up some, tap it off, and then just go back and forth into the crease, just using some windshield wiper motions. Then I'm going to kind of just go all over my eye with the remainder of the color, because there's not going to be a whole lot, and you want to kind of set the creamy eyeshadow base. So that doesn't look bad. Just going to pick up what product that I had left on here and tap it off. Then you want to make sure they look about even. So now I'm going to go into the darker one with the same brush and get just a little less product. I'm going to focus this on the outer half of the eyelid. This creates dimension and gives your eyes more almond-like effect. And then go right in the socket, but not nearly as high as the last one. See how it's just a little bit darker than the last one, or than the other one? Okay, so now I'm going to take just a little bit bigger, fluffier brush. This one is actually by e.l.f. and it's called a blending eye brush. I'm just going to take that with no color on it and just blend this up a little bit. Especially during the winter when you aren't as tan as you are during the summer. You need to do this because you do not want any harsh edges, and when you are fairer skin, you're able to see them. So that looks pretty well blended. Then we're just going to take a flat packer brush. We're going to go into the white. Just start from the inner eye and go about 3/4 of the way out. I'm just going to go on and do that to both eyes. Then we'll blend. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the first brush we used and just blend it all together. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the eyes until after we get done with the eyebrows. Next, I have some liquid eyeliner here that I found when I got back home. So I'm going to do just a little bit of it, even though my preferred method is in the pot. So I just start from the middle, as close to the lash line as I can get, and drag it out, and then drag it in. This is when you this is for when you just want enough to define your eye, but you don't want a cat eye or anything. Okay. You can see a little bit of difference between the eyes. So now, because your eyelashes are quite curly, we're going to move straight on to the COVERGIRL waterproof mascara. Again, if you're having trouble with this, just put the brush close to your eyelash and blink. I do not do bottom lashes yet. And also, because I have this weird thing here, I'll have to pull down very so slightly on my eye to be able to get the corner of my eyelash. Also, another tip is you can absolutely always use your fingers for blending eyeshadows if you're in a pinch. And if you mess up and get mascara on your eyelid, just let it dry, then take a Q-tip and twirl it on there, and it'll come off a whole lot easier. Because if you do it while wet, it'll just pretty much come off, it'll smear. Alright, so that's one coat. It's doing okay for now. This is something else that is optional. So there's not a whole lot of fallout, but I'm just anti-fallout. Sorry, I don't know what's going on today. This is Make Sense Silk and Pore Primer. As you can see, my pore face is broke out from life. Okay, back at it again. I just put the pore minimizer on places that I get oily the quickest, which is my forehead, my nose, around my chin, and I put it on my acne spots because I want those to come out a little more seamlessly than how they're looking now if you looked at them 3D. So I have wet my not so clean beauty blender, and I'm actually going to be taking a mixture of the Make Sense Color Corrected Tinted Moisturizer in Light, and one of my favorite drugstore foundation is the MILANI Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. in 00 Light Natural. So I'm just going to take, we'll do 4 pumps of both is a lot, but we always go down our neck, so that's what we're working with. And I'm just gonna, so the reason that I'm doing this is because I want a little more coverage than the CC cream, which stands for color correcting, is going to give me. But so that's why I mixed with the MILANI, but I wanted the lightweightness of the CC cream. So now I'm taking everything that's left and blending down my neck. So, and then I just bounce. Is this a lot of foundation? Yes, and we will work on that. The Beauty Blender always thins it out. That's part of the water in it. But if you put concealer on before you put your foundation on, you may be unnecessarily cover things. Like, I wouldn't conceal too much this area over here now, because even on camera and in person it doesn't look that red. If I had put concealer on it in the beginning, then I would be caking it on, for lack of a better term. So I just turned my sponge to where there's less product, to pull more product off, except for my acne area. Okay, so usually for concealer you go right under the eyes. You can highlight the nose. Actually, I am going to go right here because it is picking up a little bit. And then I just take the Beauty Blender. By the way, that's the Tarte Shape Tape in Color Light. It is the best concealer out there. It's just a little expensive. Okay, so I have just found this Stay Matte by Rimmel London Powder. It is in 004 Sandstorm. And I have some of this Wet n Wild mattifying powder in the color Mad About You. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender, go in a little bit of this, then go in a little bit of this, and then get right up under the eye, go back in some more the Rimmel, and just press it in very hard, because you do not want it to crease. This is called baking if I had a looser powder. Which I can't locate at the moment. So just gonna go in with the Rimmel powder, my chin, my acne area, forehead, pretty much everywhere because I have such oily skin. Okay. So next is something that I did not teach you because it's a step up, but you most certainly can do it. Let me get, this is Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Very well loved. And then you want a brush that is angled. So this adds on quite a bit of time, which is the reason I didn't teach you, because I thought that your lesson needed to be quick about makeup in the morning. So this is called contouring. What you do is you just suck your face in like a fish and then go right there where your cheeks come in. So then I just do my forehead, do my double chin, and you can do your nose if you want. Let me know if you want a lesson on that. And then I always just take what's left over down. Okay. Now let's do some blush. So you just have a blush brush. This is Wet n Wild's Pearlescent Pink. So I just kind of tap the brush to each side. When I do my blush, I bring it back like I do the contour. This is only if you have a rounder, fatter face with a double chin. You can bring it up here, and this helps elongate your face. You should not need it. This looks like a lot of blush, but it really isn't. To be quite honest with you, most days I run out of the house with no makeup on, and if I'm doing really good, eyebrows and some mascara. Alright, so we're going to grab some highlight, which is another optional step, but I do enjoy it. The one I have here is gold. It's Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion, and it's just gorgeous. So I just take this little tiny brush, go into it, both sides, down the nose, the forehead. You see how shiny it gets quickly? Just a little bit on the chin and above the upper lip, because I have no upper lip. Okay. You can put this away. I was going to say don't put it away, but you can put it away. So, now we're going to take a little color. Oh, if you ever get too much of anything, just take your beauty blender and pat it back out. We're going to do eyebrows now. So, I'm using NYX's Ash Brown. I have to put the mirror right up under you to be able to see it. Okay, so what I do is I find where my hairs begin. And I just start dragging a straight line until they end. And then I go up with them. Okay, so Dad walked in and we were talking and I went on and finished this eyebrow. So now I'm just gonna brush it out a little bit, kind of diffuse it so it doesn't look so stark. But then if you diffuse it too much, the definition is gone. So here comes Casey. Like I was saying, I go and find the beginning hair of my eyebrow. Just draw a straight line. And then go up when my brows go up. Then I go to the end, I just make a line. And then you connect them. And then you just fill it in. Now, these eyebrows are not sisters. They're not twins. They're probably not even first cousins. But as long as they're on, they're good, you know? That's how I feel about it. So, yes, this one's a little blockier, you know, but they're on. Okay. So now we're gonna do a little bit of makeup under the eye. I gotta fill this back in. I can't have it blocky or not, I don't care. We're going to do a little bit of makeup under the eye, which is something I did not teach you either. So, if you have a brush that kind of looks like this, it's just small. We're going to go through the colors backwards of what we did before. Since we're going to use the same brush, we're going to begin with the white. You definitely want to tap this off because you don't want fallout. Then we're going to highlight the inner corner with this. So that means you just take it and put it in the tear duct of your eye, and then go a little bit under where the lash line starts. And then do that on the other eye. Now, you need to blend this out a little more. Okay. While you have this color, you need to highlight your brow bone, which means taking the lightest color, placing it underneath where your lines are for your eyebrow, especially in this little arch. Okay, and then I'm going to take, we had that clean blending brush from earlier. Just going to blend all this together. Be because now you should have shadow from top to bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to take the middle color here and go right under the middle of my eye. And then go for the dark on the corner. And this doesn't show up a whole lot, but it helps a little bit if you manage to get any mascara down there. So it's just a little bit down at the bottom. I like to connect up here a little bit. It's a pretty eye. So now I'm going to take my mascara and coat the bottom lashes, which is not going to be the prettiest. Not very good at it. So I'm going to bring you down a little bit because I've got to go down a little bit. I'm doing this mouth. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of a difference, but the lashes aren't like ba-bam. Alright, now I'm going to coat the top lashes again. Just remember, the more times you coat them, the harder it is to get it off. Okay. So you really don't need to see this part, so I'll just be back in a few minutes. Okay, so the only thing that we have left to do is spray our face with some setting spray. This just makes sure all the powders melt into your skin, so you don't look super powdery, and it helps your makeup stay. So if you have any questions, text me, girl. Love you. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.